What's up, everyone? I am the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios. Welcome. You know what it's time for. No, it's not Top 5. No, it's not another Intellivision versus Amico. It is an episode of... Is it worthy for the Intellivision Amico? Yes, I'm wearing multiple wristbands. Whatever. Let's talk about what I think would make a great game on the Intellivision Amico. My fantasy, my wish list, that would be cool. And it is a franchise I think a lot of us are familiar with. No, it's not Transformers, it's not GoBots, it's not Robotech. What else is left? Well, I'm going to tell you. No, it's not Transor Z. Hovercraft Link! There's probably about 5 of you that know what I just meant right there. Then what is this? What could it possibly be? Is it RoboForce? Remember the robots with the suction cups? Remember Blazer? Max Steel? 100 the Conqueror? Alright, never mind, we're going off on a different tangent and we don't need to pull out the time machine. So you know what I am talking about? You don't? Well, I'm talking about dun 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 dun. He even did this. Voltron! Voltron! Man, Voltron just had a reimagining also on Netflix as a really successful running cartoon. They redid it, changed a little bit of the lore, but they did it such in a respectful way and kept everything pretty darn close. I really liked it. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the 1980s. Go Lion turned into... Really. Take care of that with some editing. Phone. Anyways, Voltron was an awesome cartoon. One of my favorite things. And I think as far as a really cool... I'm always pushing for platformers. But could you even imagine a Voltron platformer / shooter? I think this property would be amazing for Amico. I think this would be cool. If those who don't know, the lore starts like this. Long time ago in a galaxy far away, and Peter Cullen that played Optimus Prime does the whole narration of this whole series. And I think he even plays King Randor, not King Randor, the T-Man. It doesn't even matter. Anyways, something like that. Maybe I got it right, maybe I got it wrong. But Voltron was basically a robot that was almost like a spiritual robot where its controllers, each pilot, there was 5 different lions. He was, I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, he was created to fight evil and all across the galaxy. They called him the Defender of the Universe. Well, then eventually he was cast into 5 different pieces by this witch Hagar from Planet Doom. And she served this evil ruler Zarkon, which would enslave planets and stuff. So she didn't kill him, but blasted him enough to send him into 5 pieces, which ended up being 5 robot lions. And that's how Voltron, separated. So one, in the original, and like I said, the lore's changed a little bit on the new one. On the original, they had it Planet Eris, and one went into the desert, into this cave. The other one was deep into the forest, buried under the ground with the roots and trees. One went into a volcano and deep under the lava. One dived deep down into the ocean and is on the ocean floor. And then one is actually in a statue in stone at the entrance of the castle, which you find out when they find out the keys to activate those lines. It's a really amazing story. It took place, I think, in 1983, 84, something around that time. And it ran for quite a few seasons. If you haven't seen it, go out and buy the DVD set or the Blu-ray set of the original Voltron. I just love the story. Now, the new one, they changed up a little bit. They made it to where one of the vehicles was on Earth, so they make it to where Earth exists. And then there's also crossovers with a vehicle Voltron. I don't know what my voice went like that for. All right. Enough silliness. I think this would be cool. Imagine, first of all, you got the stories. You can make this almost like a very good action RPG platformer shooter. Imagine like you could... I'm pitching this for the Amico. No, imagine you could, you have to first starts off the story. You got to go to your space explorers. You got, and what's cool is you got 5 or more, because you also got the princess and the, it doesn't matter. But imagine like the multiple player option, the co-op option, and you guys each got to go to a planet and find the lions. And then you find all the keys, and then then after that, you're flying, and then you do shooting through stuff, and it's like a shooter level. And then after that, you form Voltron, and then it's a platformer level, and then you got to get to the bosses, and the bosses are these robeasts, because that's what the evil Zarkon would always send to this planet once Voltron was kind of reignited and reformed. They'd send these they called them robeasts, basically. They were monsters that were part monster and part robot. And they'd get all huge. They'd send this coffin, and it would go, and then it would grow into this huge thing. They're bigger, almost like King of the Monsters, Godzilla kind of type monsters. And then Voltron he'd end up fighting them, using all these crazy weapons, all the, shooting water and fire. And it was kind of like the Earth, like all the elements of where these lions came from were his powers. And then he finally has this magic sword they call the Blazing Sword. And he just goes shoomp at the end and just boom, and blows up the thing, cuts them in half and blows them up. Anyways, remember they're robots. But I think this would be a cool thing to just have it to where you start off finding the lions, finding the keys, as a team piloting the lions through stuff. You can like a good shooter mode, and then platform once you're Voltron and go through all this stuff, and then you reach the end of the story, which is the Robeast, and then you have to defeat Zarkon and save all the people from being enslaved from Planet Doom and Zarkon. I think this would be a cool property. I can't remember who owns it, because I know DreamWorks put out the Netflix one, but I don't think they own it. It's owned by something, but it can't be too hard of a property to get. But that's my feelings. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not going to drag it out and beat a dead robot lion. What I said with the horse thing and the... Anyways, I think it's definitely... Is it worthy for the Intellivision Amico? Man, I always mess that up. It is. Alright. That's it. If you liked what you saw, or you think I'm a nutcase, or maybe just entertaining, please like and please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. No! Isn't the fire gonna come get me? Oh, there it is. Koozies. Stupid. What's all this stuff? What? Oh, that's a nice neon hoodie. Jerseys. What am I supposed to do with all this merchandise? What do you do with merchandise? Just throw it out in the garbage.